Welcome to This Explainer. Listen, today I'm officially stepping into your corner as your personal productivity coach. We're going to completely bypass all that usual fluff, the endless self-help jargon, and just get straight down to fixing your daily output. We're looking at a highly effective, strictly structured method called the three-step focus framework. If you find yourself constantly scrolling on your phone, staring blankly at your laptop screen, and just struggling to actually focus on the task at hand, well, pay attention. Because as your coach, I'm telling you, we're stopping that right now. Consider this a little tough love moment. We really need to get to the root of why your time keeps slipping away from you. So let's start with an intervention and reframe the problem. Look, waiting around for motivation is honestly a losing game. Motivation is just a fleeting emotion, right? It comes and goes depending on, how much sleep you got or what you had for breakfast. But implementing a structured system, that guarantees focus. A system doesn't care how you feel. It's this predictable machine that, when you follow it, generates results every single time. Okay, let's dive right into this three-step psychological trick that's gonna act as your foolproof focus system from today onward. We're breaking down the brain dump, the 90-minute rule, and the dopamine reset. And I want you to treat these three steps as absolute non-negotiable rules for your workday. Step 1, clear the cache. So let's talk about your mental RAM. Just like a computer, your brain has a limited cognitive capacity. And when that precious space gets hijacked by floating thoughts, random chores, and half-baked ideas, it completely blocks your ability to do deep work. It's literally like having way too many tabs open in your browser. To fix this, you must physically write down every single random thought, chore, or floating idea onto a blank piece of paper. You've got to completely empty your mental RAM. Get it out of your head and onto a physical or, digital checklist right this second. Moving on to step 2, the biological sprint. Now that your mental workspace is totally clear, it's time to execute. Here's the golden rule. Pick your absolute most important task, just one. Next, put your phone in an entirely different room. Seriously, get it completely out of your line of sight. And commit to working for exactly 90 minutes. Just set a timer. No distractions, no casually checking messages, just you and the work for an hour and a half. And here is the absolutely crucial point behind this. Human brains naturally operate in biological cycles, specifically known as ultradian rhythms. We are literally not designed to just stare at screens for 8 hours straight without a massive drop in performance. It doesn't work. Meaning, this 90-minute block maximizes your natural cognitive efficiency, but only if you eliminate all those distractions. By doing this, you're finally leaning into your biology rather than, fighting against it. Which brings us to step 3, the strategic reset. I'll be honest, without this step, you're gonna burn out by Tuesday. Once that 90-minute timer hits 0, you must give yourself a guilt-free 20-minute break. This resets your dopamine pathways. You can do things like walk outside in the sun, grab a coffee, maybe listen to some music. But notice what isn't on that list? Scrolling social media, nope. You need a real, physical break entirely away from your workstation. And what's really fascinating here is that taking this specific type of break actually trains your brain to crave your next deep work session. It's wild. You are essentially acting as your own behavioral psychologist. By rewarding a harsh 90-minute sprint with a highly enjoyable, guilt-free dopamine reset, you're literally conditioning your mind to love the focus. Finally, we arrive at the 5-day challenge, doubling your output. If you commit to this for just 5 days, and I mean really implement the brain dump, the 90-minute rule, and the dopamine reset without cheating, you will dramatically double your output. The data actually shows that by running this exact psychological framework, you'll get more done in these 5 days than most people do in an entire month. That right there, that is the absolute power of a proper system over fleeting motivation. Definitely save this explainer for your next work session so you have it ready to keep you accountable. But before you go, as your coach, I have one final question for you. Are you going to continue to rely on the myth of motivation, or will you actually build a system that guarantees success? I challenge you to try this for 5 days. Empty that mental RAM, set that timer, and let's get to work.